Welcome to A2Viz AI Concept to Images. In this demo, I am testing a complex civic bridge and waterfront project. One of the kinds of designs that normally demands careful 3D modeling, materials, lighting, and post-production. I begin by defining the workflow as architecture exterior, bridge and civic infrastructure, with a contemporary architectural language, blue-hour lighting, and an aerial bird's-eye view. These choices establish the visual direction before generation. The camera and massing controls are critical. I lock the bridge geometry, the aerial composition, the road alignment, and the water and landscape boundaries, so the AI understands what must remain fixed. Next, I add the architectural targets. The flowing white steel wave ribs, separated pedestrian and cycling promenade, accessible ramps and stairs, integrated planters, realistic structural supports, and the movement of vehicles and people. The material palette adds another layer of control. White powder-coated steel, light gray metal, timber-look decking, pebble-washed concrete, warm integrated lighting, restrained red accents, riverside planting, and non-slip paving. Instead of relying on a single prompt, A2Viz converts these selections into a structured, effective brief. The concept inspector tracks the project type, program, camera, style, lighting, materials, and every required architectural feature. This is important for professional visualization. The goal is not to ask AI for any beautiful bridge. The goal is to preserve the project's recognizable geometry and circulation, while improving realism, atmosphere, and presentation quality. Now I organize the visual references by role. Sight and scene define the larger context. Elements communicate the bridge language. Materials guide the finish palette. Mood controls the lighting character. Finally, the view and massing image carries the confirmed camera and base geometry. Once this card is locked, the system has 5 coordinated references rather than one ambiguous image. I start the first generation. A2Viz reads the locked view together with the site, bridge element, material board, mood reference, and structured prompt as one architectural image brief. During generation, the system must balance several priorities at once. Keep the road and bridge alignment, preserve the waterfront boundaries, retain the pedestrian and cycling paths, and translate the material and lighting intent into one coherent scene. This reference-guided workflow is especially useful during competitions, client presentations, option studies, and early design reviews. When teams need a convincing visual direction before a full production rendering pipeline is justified. The architect still remains in control. The designer chooses the geometry, camera, references, materials, and atmosphere, then evaluates whether the generated image respects the design intent. Because each input is separated by role, the result can be reviewed systematically. If the context is wrong, adjust the site reference. If the character is wrong, refine the elements, materials, or mood without rebuilding the entire setup. Here is the first pass. The bridge geometry is preserved, while lighting, movement, landscape, and waterfront atmosphere become much more expressive. I then run a second variation to explore a broader composition. This is the advantage of the workflow. The same approved design information can produce multiple presentation directions without starting again from zero. And here is the refined result. A client-ready civic bridge visualization, from structured inputs and project references, directly inside A2Viz AI.